Claude Code has dropped a feature that essentially means you never have to sit at your desk waiting for it to finish its work for you ever again. So here are the top 3 use cases that I've found for it so far, and the third one I've used more than anything else ever since I set this feature up. So to give you a quick overview of this feature, it's called Claude Code Channels. Right now it's just a preview in Claude Code, so the full feature isn't fully released yet, but it's working great. But it basically lets you text Claude Code in the middle of a session and work with it from your phone. If you're familiar at all with OpenClaw, this was something that only a few months back was incredibly powerful because you could only do this with OpenClaw. So the fact that Claude Code is adding this new feature means that they're essentially building their own OpenClaw, which is great for the everyday person like you and me. All right, now moving on to the use cases. Use case number 1 that I've found is the physical location freedom that this gives you when working with AI. Say, for example, that you kick off a long research task and you need to step out, but you still want to be monitoring Claude Code to make sure that it's giving you the output that you want and that it's staying on task. Before this new feature, you'd have to sit at your desk and wait around for Claude Code to actually give you the output. But now you can just leave and text it via Telegram on your phone. You're gonna pick off the session right where you left off. You can ask it where it's at. You can even have it do more research for you, and it's gonna reply back with updates without touching your computer. Now, the second use case is great for anyone that creates content. I'm a digital marketer, so I use this all the time for my content pipeline. Here's how I'm using the new feature. Whenever you're scrolling on your phone and you come across maybe a TikTok video, maybe it's an article, some source of information that you want to go turn into content, instead of just bookmarking it and forgetting it, you can copy the link, you can even screenshot it, and then you can just text the link to Claude Code. Because it has that context, it can go and write the full script for you, the full article, whatever it is that you're repurposing this content for. And then the next time that you sit down at your desk, that draft is already waiting for you in your content folder. Then use case number 3 is what I like to call the inbox capture. You might have no idea what that is. That's totally fine. Essentially, what I mean by the inbox capture is that I've created a file within my Claude Code setup that I use as a zero friction capture spot where I can write down some of my raw ideas as they come to me on my phone. And what I love about this is oftentimes I don't actually have the time to sit down and implement that idea that just came to me. Maybe it's an idea for a TikTok script. Maybe it's a new hook I came up with. Maybe it's something that I want to add to my school community. Now, before Claude Code Channels, I had to wait until I was already sitting down at my computer before implementing any of these ideas into my Claude Code setup. But now I can just text Claude Code whenever the thought comes to me. I could be in a meeting, I could be going on a walk, I could be at the grocery store, I could be literally anywhere, and it's going to add it to my inbox file. And then the next time I'm sitting down at my computer, I can go ahead and work with Claude Code to implement the idea that came to me into my business strategy and file architecture. If you want to see exactly how you can set up this new feature inside your Claude Code setup, comment channels below and I'll send a guide to you that does exactly that.